Hi, me again. Yeah, still here in sunny Spain, probably for another week or so, I reckon, something like that. If you happen to be down this way, Malaga way, let me know, I'll take you for a drink. But I was going through some of my emails last night. It was bright then. Going through some of my emails last night, because I haven't been checking it. Yeah, I have Google alerts on for TV license related stuff, as you would imagine. And there was one alert that must have come through hundreds of times, and it's been like broadcast like it's the greatest news in TV license history. This is going to change everything. It's big, brilliant news for TV licensing, and I don't get it because it's not new news. This is the one that I picked out in particular. We can look at. It's in Birmingham Live, but it's doing the rounds. It's in all the local papers. They're all syndicated, and you know that. DWP announces free BBC TV licenses. And it's owed to you. Wow, everyone's getting a free TV licence from the Department of Work and Pensions. Brilliant. No, it's not. It's if you're over 75, you don't automatically get your free licence, as you know, and it's absolutely ridiculous. If you claim pension credit and you're over 75, you can get a free licence. Like my mum. My mum's over 75 now. She claims pension credit, so she gets a free television license. That's it. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails in all the papers, not just the crappy local papers, in all the big papers as well. I don't get it. This has just got PR spin written all over it, isn't it? That's what it is. It's TV licensing PR spin. Remember, I told you, I've checked it. I've got to do a video on it when I get round to it, but it's just a bit of a big job. That they have contracts with PR agencies. I think there's 6 of them, and it's multi-million-pound contracts that they have with them. And their job is to put out puff pieces to make TV licensing look good, make it look like you want to buy one, make the company themselves look good. The idea of TV licensing look good, and that's why this got so syndicated around everywhere, because just a puff piece to make them look good, isn't it? I did have another one here with regards to older people, and it annoyed me a bit, I have to admit. I was slack here because I've been a bit busy with work and stuff and this family thing that's brought me to Spain. So I've been off the boil a little bit, and it's cost me one, because I'm always saying that why don't the media companies always reach out to people for comment and stuff, don't they? No one ever speaks to me. I've got this, where is it? Pensioners pressured by nasty letters to buy BBC TV licence. They're putting fear into people. Now, let's face it, it's not exactly breaking news, is it? That pensioners are getting the shitty letters that we get. I get all of them now. But this one annoyed me a bit because they actually reached out to me. GB News actually emailed me, and I missed it by like over a week. They wanted to talk to me about any stories I've had with pensions and stuff like that. And I'm going to put them in contact. You know, recently I've been doing a thing with TV Licence Resistance where we're trying to get some of the horror stories together to expose TV licensing a bit. So I'm going to put them in contact with that. But yeah, like for the first time in forever, a media company reached out to me. And they did this anyway without me. Pensioners feel pressured to pay the BBC TV licence fee after receiving frightening letters accusing officers of using scaremongering tactics to get them to pay. Yeah, that's pretty much what we've all been saying for quite a while, isn't it? The letters are scaremongering. Threatening to send the boys round. It's scaremongering. So they're bang on the money there, aren't they? An 84-year-old spoke to GB News about her experience of receiving nasty letters from the Simple Payment Plan who told her she needed to pay or would be subject to a visit from enforcement officers. Somebody's nan, somebody's elderly mum, doesn't necessarily need to buy it, or shouldn't have to buy a TV licence at her age anyway, or full stop at anyone's age, getting threatening letters to send the boys around. Now, this is the problem. I told you, like years ago, that I talked my mum into cancelling when she wasn't eligible for a free one. And she did. And I set her up with all the streaming stuff she could need. The only thing she was going to miss was a bit of BBC stuff. She was okay with that. and she got some letters and she wasn't happy about it. But she was actually awake at night worrying about these goons knocking on her door. And she's not particularly sensitive, my mum, she's a tough old bird. So if that's happened to my mum, that's happening to other people's mums, other people's nans. So I understand why she feels like it's scaremongering. A pensioner who was unaware that she's needed to pay as she does not watch BBC programming spoke to GB News about her experience, which left her feeling very upset. Yeah, it's a common misconception. I'm hearing it more and more. I don't watch any BBC stuff, so therefore I don't need to buy a licence. Is anything as it's being broadcast? Well, you all know I'm preaching to the converted here, aren't I? But in case you knew, anything as it's been broadcast or accessing BBC iPlayer to watch BBC stuff, doesn't matter what channel's being broadcast, even if it's a foreign channel, you need to pay it. Which is stupid anyway, isn't it? The 84-year-old who wished to remain anonymous said that she never watched live TV, so did not apply for one. After beginning to watch GB News last summer, she was in complete ignorance that she would now need to pay for the licence. Yeah, okay, fair dues. She soon received 2 letters telling her she would need to pay. She reached out to GB News to clarify if this is the case, which they confirmed. The pensioner explained, as soon as you pointed out to me in an email, I arranged to have a TV licence, but prior to that, I've had these nasty letters arrive. Well, they didn't know you were watching GB News. They didn't know. You weren't watching any live TV. Sounds like you were playing by the rules. But they didn't know that you'd started watching GB News, love. That didn't happen. These are just the standard phishing letters. And all right, you were doing something you do require a licence for, so you bought one, fair dues. But they didn't send you the letter because they detected you'd started watching GB News or anything like that. Just random letters, they send millions of them out a year. You copped one. And if you hadn't got the letter, would you have carried on not paying and not watching, watching GB News? Because if they sent someone round to your house, it sounds like you'd have had a chat, and that would have been someone else's nan up in court with a fine. And it's sodding ridiculous, isn't it? I rang up TV licensing to tell them I didn't like the tone of these letters that were coming. He didn't sound interested at all. I was upset by the tone of the letters. He also didn't want to go into detail to explain more about what I would have to pay. The 84-year-old, who does not qualify for the free licence, admitted she was in the wrong and willing to pay, but did not appreciate the tone, both of the letters and the operator used towards her. Yeah, well, I agree with that. I agree with that. I've always said I do all the letters, don't I? Every time I get a letter, I do it. I cover it on this channel. And they're always assuming wrong. They're always aggressive in their tone. They never once say, look, we just want to check in with you. We know you don't have a licence. We just want to check in just to see if you require one. This is what you will need one for. If you do need one, give us a bell or buy one online. Why do they have to say you're under investigation? Why do they have to say enforcement visit authorised? Why do they have to go along that route? It's because it sells licenses. That's all they've got. They can't sell the licence based on the quality of the service that you're going to get, based on the quality of the TV that the BBC provides for your 159 quid soon to go up a year. No. They have to do mafia tactics and demand money with menaces because it's the only way they can sell licenses. Because if there was no threat of court action or fines or sending the boys round, how many people do you think would not pay it? I think in Japan, isn't it, where there's no repercussions if you don't pay it. Wasn't it like an 80 or a 90%? I'd have to check it. I'll put it on the screen. There's an 80 or 90% evasion rate. Because if nothing can come of not paying it, why would you pay it? So that's why they have to do the threats. But I am annoyed that I didn't read my bloody email and come back to GB News and that. Blimey, that GB News one goes on a while. If you want to read these articles in full, I always put the article link in the description below. Because, of course, it bangs on a bit. It really does. I'm not reading all of that. I ain't got time for that. So, yeah, I just thought I'd catch up with you, trying to get through some of these things I got bookmarked. Because on my lunch break again, I'm in my rented office, down the road in Benalmadena during the day, and then about 5ish I finish, pop to the supermarket to get some bits and pieces to take to the hospital with me, and then I sit up there, drive home at night, glass of red, do it all again tomorrow, apart from the weekend, because I'm not working on the weekend. So I'm finally going to play some golf. I found my uncle's old golf bats sitting on his balcony, and yeah, Saturday morning, that's me out in Fuengirola, do a quick 9 with his friends. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. And like I say, if you're out this way, let me know. I'll take you for a drink if I get time to do it. Be nice to meet a few of you. But that's it. I'm just rambling now, just walking around the gardens here. So I'll let you be. And thanks for watching. Hit all the buttons down there, you know, to do all of that. Because if you do it, hopefully I'll see you in another video, won't I? Ta-da!